Hi, I'm Krista Troiani, and I'm going to be presenting on the driving force establishing an effective work-life balance for mothers. I'm a PhD student at Penn State in workforce education. I'm also a wife, a mother to 4 children with one on the way, and I teach as an adjunct professor at a local university. So something I want you to think about as we begin this presentation. Among the 10 largest countries worldwide, what country do you feel is growing the most rapidly? The purpose of this research is to explore the challenges that women face as mothers in attempting to hold both a professional and maternal role, coping strategies, and helpful support in overcoming these obstacles to benefit both the well-being of the working mother and enhance organizational effectiveness. Upon completing this presentation, participants will gain knowledge on the current culture, policies, and training procedures relevant in managing a working mother. It will be comprised of a background, a research objective, a background research literature, sampling method, research methodology, how I'm going to conduct the research findings, research applications, and questions and answers. Okay. The reason that I asked you that question in the beginning is because according to the United Nations World Population Prospects 2019, it's showing a global decrease in fertility rates globally, reaching a level below the required replacement of successive generations. US birth rate has hit a record low. A potential contributing factor to this decline may be due to an increase of women pursuing their education and careers. And you may ask yourself, just as I did, well, why would this matter? Why can a woman not pursue her education and career and be a mother? Unfortunately, I found that many women face personal penalties when they take advantage of company policies to adjust their work schedules to accommodate caregiving responsibilities. As an increasing number of women enter the workforce, motherhood and maternity needs to be brought to the forefront of the policymaking process. New mothers are lacking confidence when juggling dual roles between their professional and maternal self. And there's limited research on work-family conflict, specifically the dual identities faced by a new mother, both within the home and the workplace. So, discovering this, I came up with 4 research questions that I wanted to explore. Research question 1, what is the perception of benefits through accommodations in enhancing organizational efficiency within an area of employment? Research question 2, what coping strategies benefit working mothers? Research question 3, what support mechanisms are available to working mothers? And research question 4, what are the challenges working mothers face? So in my literature review, I set it up to show the challenges, coping strategies, support mechanisms, and organizational accommodations to match my research questions. So I comprised a little of that here to give you an idea of what I found in relation to those 4 questions. So we'll start with challenges. Women are trying to have a career, raise a family, and take care of the home. They feel they need to sacrifice their career or family. Guilt and struggle when choosing between work and home, and the challenges workers face when trying to create harmony within the home while maintaining employment has resulted in employers showing more interest now in adopting new family-friendly policies. As far as coping strategies, observing other working mothers helps them. They serve as mentors. Time management, changes that best suit their family, willingness to give up promotions, work below their education level, and take a period of time off if it will benefit their family and their caregiving responsibilities. As far as support mechanisms, it could be hiring a nanny, a housekeeper, a tutor, childcare, on-site nurseries, and flexible work arrangements. Women are seeking innovative solutions to accommodate their daily demands. As far as organizational accommodations, the challenges women face when trying to achieve both a maternal and professional self-will continue to be an issue until the organizational and societal pressures subside. Measurement of job satisfaction revealed a direct interference between family and work, resulting in the need for family-friendly policies. And changes in policy leads to retention and growth for new mothers. So we can see here the benefits in accommodating a working mother and the challenges that these working mothers are facing and coping strategies that are helping them. So I decided to conduct my research at Bloomsburg University, a local university in northeastern Pennsylvania. It is a state school. I am going to do a qualitative instrumental case study implementing Herzberg's two-factor theory through a deductive thematic analysis, exploring job satisfaction when a working mother is offered appropriate accommodations and support to discover how to ideally reach greatest potential while obtaining organizational efficiency. The participants will be chosen through purposive sampling. I'm currently conducting a pilot study right now through purposive sampling with 5 participants. The criteria will involve working within the state system of higher education as a professor with at least 1 child, considered a minor, with a criterion of under the age of 18, with the consent through the HRP 588 consent form. So this is the exciting part. So this is the research methodology and the data collection that I have received IRB approval for. I'm going to be conducting employee interviews, which I have started with my pilot study, focus groups, and direct observation. The employee interviews, the participants will be interviewed for approximately 60 minutes through Zoom to gather data based on their current life situation, perception of job tasks, and management response efforts. As far as the focus group, a roundtable discussion for approximately 1 hour will be recorded. The discussion will involve participants on their emotional and personal perception of what they believe would make the workday more efficient during their current life situation. And as far as direct observation, the observation of participants will be conducted during different times of operation to gather data on the schedule, demand, and expectations. The reason I said it's fun is because the approval that I've gotten, I'm actually going to be able to do observations through a video vlog. So what my participants will do is they will record themselves throughout the day to let me see how their physical appearance looks, how they are acting with their daily responsibilities, the interaction between the mother and her partner and her child and her manager, as far as the dialogue between the participants and the other party. And this is all going to be done through, like I said, a vlog, so they can send me a video diary. They're going to record themselves. So let's say, for example, they get up in the morning and it's a snow day, but they have to get to work and their children have a 2-hour delay. This would be a perfect example where they could video themselves, that I could see their personal appearance, how they're feeling, their emotional response to this, because now they're trying to figure out how they're going to juggle these dual roles. As a mother, they need to be with their children because they have a 2-hour delay, but they need to get to work in time. So this is what I'm going to be able to observe, which is going to help me answer these research questions and ideally help mothers in the future, because then employers can work with mothers and accommodate them when they go through some of these challenges and stressful situations through accommodations and coping strategies. So my data analysis method is going to be done through deductive thematic analysis coded through an online software program called MaxQDA. The variables assessed will look at number and age of children, job description, work ethic, daily responsibilities, historical data based on performance, years of employment, perception of job tasks, emotional response, feedback in relation to issues, concerns, ideas, level of support, and personal responsibilities. The interview protocol that I actually put together that I'm using in my pilot study is centered around all those variables assessed. And I have found that the answers have definitely accommodated these variables. A 6 phase of thematic analysis will be followed to gather rich and trustworthy data, including familiarization with the data, initial code generation, theme searching, which will be through Herzberg, two-factor theory, theme review, naming and definition of themes, and creating the report. The format of questions in the interview protocol will be broken down and coded following general satisfaction, motivator factors, and hygiene factors through qualitative analysis. So you may be asking yourself, what does she mean by hygiene factors if you're not familiar with Herzberg's two-factor theory? So motivator factors are, for example, recognition and achievement. They make workers more productive, creative, and committed. Hygiene factors, for example, would be salary and supervision. They decrease employees' dissatisfaction within the work environment. So as you can see here, I did a little chart that just shows Herzberg's two-factor theory that motivator factors increase employee job satisfaction, while poor hygiene factors decrease employee job satisfaction. So the way I'm going to use the themes of Herzberg's two-factor theory in my coding, you can see here, I'll use my 4 research questions. What are the challenges working mothers face? What coping strategies benefit the working mother? What support mechanisms are available to the working mother? And how do accommodations for working mothers enhance organizational efficiency? So let's start with what are the challenges working mothers face? So for example, I have here the empirical questions would be juggling dual roles and daily routine. When we look at juggling dual roles, you can see the motivating factors that would relate would be the work itself and responsibility. The hygiene factors would be company policies, relationships, and work conditions. Moving on then to daily routine, the motivating factors would be the work itself and responsibility, while the hygiene factors would be company policies and work conditions. Next, we go to what coping strategies benefit the working mother. We have childcare. The motivating factors would be responsibility, and the hygiene factors would also be responsibility. Self-care, the motivating factors would be the work itself, and the hygiene factors would be relationships and working conditions. Next, we have what support mechanisms are available to the working mother. Flexible work arrangements. The motivating factors would be work itself, while the hygiene factors would be employee benefits. Impact on family. The motivating factors would be responsibility and work itself, and the hygiene factors would be personal life, employee benefits, and work-life balance. The impact on performance. The motivating factors would be personal growth, while the hygiene factors would be the working conditions. Lastly, we have how do accommodations for working mothers enhance organizational efficiency and the perception of that. So we have satisfaction, which shows the motivating factors of achievement and responsibility in the work itself, and the hygiene factors of working conditions. As far as the research applications go, with the US birth rate now hitting a new record low, the role of women is an important topic that needs to be addressed. If a manager can effectively work with a woman by implementing the right motivational tools during different periods of her life, it can lead to higher performance through satisfaction and development in the future. That's what's wonderful about this research. We're going to explore what mothers go through when they're trying to juggle dual roles. And by seeing what they go through both the interviews, the focus group, and the observations, we're going to be able to code that through Herzberg's two-factor theory as our thematic analysis. And it's going to be able to bring to light what will put a mother at ease, what will help her when she is juggling these dual roles, that she does not feel she needs to choose between one or the other. She can both give them her all, because everyone at home is working with her and she has a good support system, and everyone at work is working with her and she has a good support system. It's a very small amount of time in a woman's life that she has young children. So if we can just accommodate those working mothers during that time, research does show that the woman will give back. And during that time, will be more satisfied because you accommodated her. So that's what we're trying to find here right now, how we can increase that satisfaction, how we can offer those coping mechanisms, how we can bring to light the strategies that work for that coping, and what accommodations can be implemented in the workforce to help these mothers balance these dual roles. So not only will it give them an effective work-life balance, it'll give them confidence that they can be both a mother and an employee, and ideally will address the issue we're having with the low birth rate. So we will be able to have succession in the future, and we don't have to worry about our population hitting an all-time low because mothers feel that they have to choose between being a mother and their career. So is this something you see in the workplace? Just something to think about, something I'd like to discuss. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you. I'd like to take a moment now to share the answer to the reflection question for the fastest growing country. I'm not sure what you thought, but if you guessed Nigeria, you were correct. Currently, it's the world's 7th largest country. It's projected to surpass that of the United States and become the 3rd largest country in the world shortly before 2050. I would love to discuss my research with you further. So if you have any other questions that we weren't able to address today, please feel free to reach out to me. My email address is kmt291@psu.edu. Thank you again for your time.